Hello, thank you for watching this video. So in this video we're doing question 2 of September 2023 Mathematics, question paper Mathematics paper 1. So this is from the MPUMALANGA province and these are sequences. So start at 2.1. So 2.1 read as follows. Consider the following quadratic sequence. So you're given this quadratic sequence here, right? So they are saying show that the nth term of the sequence is this one. So they wanted to show that the general term of our sequence is this one, right? The nth term, general term. So as you can see, you know that if you are dealing with a quadratic sequence, the nth term Tn is equal to an is always in the form an squared plus bn plus c, right? No problem. Then I will write this term down here. So we have 319, we have 280, we have 243, we have 208, we have 175, we have 144, and the list continues, right? So what do you know about the quadratic sequence? A quadratic sequence have the second common difference, right? The first difference form a linear pattern or an arithmetic sequence, right? And then the second one is also a linear pattern but a constant one. So it had the same number repeating. Unlike the first difference that might have a different common difference, right? That might have the same common difference but different terms making up the first difference. Then the second difference is also a sequence but a constant one. So let's go and find that difference. So find the difference here, difference here, difference here, difference here, difference there. So without risking making a mistake, here's my calculator. 208 minus 319. This minus this. 280 minus 319. You get this minus 39, right? So you say 243 minus 280. Okay, that is minus 37. Like I said, the first term is a linear sequence, right? In the arithmetic sequence. So you might feel that this might be minus 35, minus 33, minus 31, right? So the difference between these two is 2. Difference between these two is 2. The difference between the two is 2. The difference between this and that is 2. So, you know to find A of this general term, you know 2A is equal to D, where D is the second common difference. This is D, the second common difference. So the 2A is equal to 2. Then divide by 2, divide by 2. You get that your A is equal to 1. Right? So, after getting that your A is 1, you go back to your nth term formula, this one, and substitute it here. So, say, okay, my Tn is equal to an squared, but I know my A is 1 now, so it will be 1n squared. 1n squared plus bn plus c. So, minus one problem. Out of the 3 unknowns, you managed to find 1, which is A, to be 1. Now you need those 2. So it's easy to find those 2. You can use any terms here. You can say use the first term, T1, right? So you say, okay, to get T1 is equal to 1, you substitute 1 here, right? Plus B times 1 plus C. This is how you find T1 on a normal day when you have a complete equation. So to simplify, I'll say T1 is equal to 1 plus B plus C. But you know what T1 is. T1 is 319. So you can say 319 is equal to 1 plus B plus C. Transpose the 1 to the other side. So 318 is equal to B plus C. So you can leave it here. Go to the next term. What is the next term? Term number 2. It doesn't have to be term number 2. You can pick any term. But I'll use the lowest ones, second term. It doesn't matter which term you take. So T2 would be equal to what? Here. It would be 1 1 times 2 squared, right? Plus 2 plus b times 2 plus c. So you have T2 to be equal to 4 plus 2b plus c. You know what T2 is. T2 is equal to 280. Is equal to 4 plus 2b plus c. Transpose the constant to the side, the number. So we have 276 is equal to 2b plus c. So this is the second equation, right? So we have two linear equations. You can solve them simultaneously. By elimination, the easiest. So you can write the other one down here. You can say, okay, 318 is equal to is equal to b plus c. B plus c. Then find the difference between the two. So you say 276. Actually, we did find it, did we? Oh, you didn't. 280 minus 276. The answer is 276 minus 318. The answer is minus 42. Is equal to 2b minus b. We're left with 1b. C minus c, 0. Therefore, b is equal to minus 42. So, you can substitute b there, back there, to minus 42. So, you can say, okay, my Tn equal to b squared minus 42 n plus c. You're only missing c. To find c, you can use any of the equations, right? So you can use this one. So, okay, 318 is equal to b, which is minus 42, plus c. So transpose the b. So you have 318 plus 42 is equal to c, which is equal to what? 318 plus 42 is equal to 360. So, and therefore, my Tn is equal to n squared minus 42n plus 360 units, which is what you're trying to show there. So, we're done with this question. I think it is straightforward. So, we move on. We go to 2.1.2. 2.1.2 reads as follows. Determine which terms of the sequence will have the value of 0. So they're asking you which terms of the sequence will have the value of 0. So for Tn is equal to 0, right? Find what will be the value of n for which our will have 0 as the term in this sequence. That's what they're asking you. So they are saying, determine which terms of the sequence will have the value of 0. So they are saying, find the value of which positions in our sequence will have the term 0, right? So which is straightforward. Say Tn is equal to 0. What is Tn? Tn is that thing there. So n squared minus 42 n plus 360 is equal to 0, right? From here, you factorize this. What are the factors? 260. So you can say n minus 12 and n minus 30 is equal to 0, or use quadratic formula. So your n is equal to 12, or your n is equal to 30, right? Therefore, 0 will be listed twice on our sequence at, or we can say as, the 12th and 30th term of the sequence. So the 0 will appear twice on our sequence as the 12th and 30th term of our sequence. So we're done here. Go to 2.1.3, right? What are they asking? 2.1.3 read as follows. Which term in the sequence will have the lowest value? So they're asking what is the position of the term that will have the lowest value. So as you can see, you know this is the quadratic sequence, right? So it behaves very similar to a quadratic function or a parabola. So you have these two things, this term and that term, both on the same horizontal line, right? So the lowest term can be found will have the position that will be at the midpoint of these two, right? So to find that lowest point, it will be x is equal to, it will be n is equal to n1 plus n2 all over 2. Because these 2 points are they're on the same horizontal line. If they're on the same horizontal line, so the lowest point will be more like an axis of symmetry, or the midpoint between the 2 points. So you can say my n will be equal to 12 plus 30 divided by 2, which is equal to 42 over 2, which is equal to 21. So the lowest term in the sequence will be at the 21st position. Or 1, we'll say, okay, n will equal to negative b over 2a, right? Which is equal to negative b. What is b? b is equal to minus 42 over 2 times a. What is a? A is 1. So you have 42 over 2, which is the same as that. Or if you have done calculus already, you can just derive this thing to find the maximum point, minimum point, equate it to 0, and then you'll find your n is equal to 21. So we're done with 2.1. Go to 2.2 now. I'm going to clear the board. So now we're doing 2.2. 2.2 read as follows. The terms, this term, this term, this term, are the first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence. So these listed terms here are the first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence. So they're saying prove that. So 2.2.1, prove t is equal to 5. So they're saying prove that the value of t is equal to 5. So how do you go about this? You are told that this sequence here is an arithmetic sequence, right? And they wanted to prove that the value of t is 5. What do you know about arithmetic sequence? It has the first common difference, which means if you say these 3t and 4t minus 1 and 23 form an arithmetic sequence, the difference between the two is equal to the difference between the two, right? So which means if you say 4t minus 1, right, minus 3t, which is the difference between these two, it should be equal to 23 minus 4t minus 1. That's what you know about arithmetic sequence. They have the first common difference. Then you solve for t here. So you say 3t, so it's going to be t minus 1 is equal to what? 24 minus 40. Right? Then transpose this to the side. And 5t is equal to, transpose this to the other side, equal to 25. Divide by 5, divide by 5. So your t is equal to 5, which is what they asked you to do. Right? Then we're done. Go to the next question, 2.2. They're saying, calculate the sum of the first 50 terms of the sequence. So they want the sum of the first 50 terms of the sequence. So the first term, which is a of the sequence, is 1. Is 3t, right? It's 3 times t, which is t is equal to 5. So it's equal to 15, right? And your d is equal to t minus 1, which is t is 5. So your d is equal to 4. So if you want the sum of 50 terms, you know the sum of Sn in an arithmetic sequence is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So you want the sum of 50 terms. Sum of 50 terms is equal to 50 over 2. 2a, what is a? A is equal to 15 plus what? N, which is 50, minus 1 times d, which is 4. So the value of the sum of 50 terms would be the value of this, whatever this thing is. Going to punch it now and see what we get. So 50 over 2 into 2, 15 plus 50 minus 1 times 4. So you get out the sum of 50 terms, 5,650. So the sum of 50 terms of this sequence, first 50 terms of this sequence, is this one. So this is how we do this question. I hope it does make sense. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider supporting our channel by liking the video, dropping a comment, and perhaps subscribing. So, thank you.